Every morning, billions of people wake up and reach for the same thing. But who found it first? And how did it take over the world?
Drink so ordinary that most people never think to ask where it came from. You wake up, you make it, you need it, and somewhere between the first sip and the bottom of the cup, the day begins. But behind that ritual is one of the strangest journeys any plant has ever taken across the face of the earth. A story that moves through ancient highlands and desert monasteries, through smoky bazaars and candlelit debate halls, through the hold of a smuggler's ship and the soil of a stolen continent. It begins, as so many world-changing things do, not with a king or a conqueror, but with an ordinary person noticing something small, and wondering why. On a hillside in ancient Ethiopia, a goatherd named Kaldi noticed something strange. His goats were dancing. They'd been eating red berries from a wild shrub, and by nightfall, they refused to sleep. Curious, Kaldi brought the berries to a nearby monastery, where the monks brewed them into a bitter drink and discovered they could pray through the entire night without drifting off. Whether Kaldi was real or not, the plant certainly was. Coffea arabica, growing wild in the highlands of what is now Ethiopia, quietly waiting for the world to notice it. Word of the energizing berry spread slowly at first, carried by traders and pilgrims across the Red Sea into Yemen, where Sufi monks in the 15th century began cultivating the plant deliberately, roasting the seeds, and brewing the dark liquid they called kawa to fuel their midnight devotions. From Yemen, coffee moved like a rumor, whispering its way into Mecca, then Cairo, then Constantinople, where the first coffee houses, the kavakana, opened their doors and became something the world had never quite seen before, a public space where any man, regardless of rank, could sit for hours, drink something stimulating, and argue about everything. Rulers feared them. Clerics debated whether the drink was haram. At least one Ottoman sultan tried to have them shut down. None of it worked. By the 1600s, coffee had crossed into Europe, arriving in Venice on merchant ships and London in the luggage of a trader named Daniel Edwards, and the English took to it with a ferocity that would have shocked the Yemeni monks who invented the ritual. London's coffeehouses became what people called penny universities. For the price of a penny and a cup, you could sit beside a scientist, a poet, a merchant, or a spy, and by the time you left, you'd been educated. Lloyd's of London began as a coffeehouse. So did the London Stock Exchange. The entire Enlightenment was arguably caffeinated. But Arabia had kept one secret tightly held for centuries: no living coffee plant was permitted to leave its borders. Every bean exported was first rendered infertile through parching or boiling. Then, around 1600, an Indian pilgrim named Baba Budan allegedly strapped 7 raw seeds to his stomach and walked out of Yemen, planting them in the hills of Karnataka, where coffee still grows today. The Dutch eventually stole a plant outright and began cultivating it in Java. The French got a cutting to Martinique. And from that same